Hello there. In this video, let's try to understand a bit about the growth option and dividend option of mutual funds. When you try to buy a mutual fund, you come across this plan and option which you have to choose. In my previous video, I have covered about the plans, which is direct plan versus regular plan. Do check out that video so that you can make the right choice. Okay, coming to the option, which is growth option and dividend option, which one should you go for? The main difference between these two is how the profit that is generated from that fund, from your investment, is used. Let's say you have invested $10 into a fund 6 months back, and during this 6 months period, it made a profit of $2. So as of today, the value is $12. Okay. So if you have chosen a growth option, this $2 profit is channeled back to that fund and the current value would be $12. However, if you have chosen a dividend option and the mutual fund company decided to give you the dividend today, what would happen is that $10 would stay in the fund, but then the $2, either let's say whole or maybe partially $1, would be given back to you as a profit. Okay, so what happens is now, as of today, after giving that dividend by the mutual fund company, if assuming that it has given only $1 as a dividend, your NA would be $10 of investment plus $1 of profit. Okay, so your NAV would fall to the extent of dividend given to you. NAV stands for net asset value. In fact, it is not measured in dollars but then units. Okay, but I'm just giving that an example. Now, how does it affect my growth and future profits? So when we talk about this, because the growth option as of today has $12 and the dividend option has $11 only, that's $1 different. If the market is gaining or it is a bull market, now your $12 in the growth option would gain. On the other hand, it's only $11 that would be growing on the dividend option aspect. So whatever that $1 that's invested on the growth side would generate more value, and or a couple of years down the line, if you look at NAVs between these two, there will be considerable difference because that $1, to speak in a general term, like compounds and hopefully brings in more profits. But on the other aspect, speaking in the dividend option side, if the market is in a negative trend or it's falling, because you have already realized the profit of $1, what you will be losing is on that $11 only. But on the other hand of the growth option, your losses will be on the $12. So they have their own both pros and cons. When it comes to profit realization, yes, because you are not taking your amount out and you are letting that $12 grow, you don't get to see periodic realization of profits. You don't see your money periodically. On the other hand, if the mutual fund company decides to give periodically, then you get to see your profits realized from time to time. But one thing to note is the mutual fund company doesn't have to distribute the dividend on a fixed term basis or periodic basis. in general they make a decision which is the right time to give a dividend based on the amounts that they have and several other criteria which the fund company considers, based on which they're going to give a dividend. So it's not like a monthly income plan where you get monthly income fixed. Okay. When it comes to taxation, so because taxes consideration is very important when it comes to investment. If because you are not taking any amount out, there will be no tax you have to pay. Okay. On the other aspect of dividend, because the company is giving you a dividend and you have realized that as your income, there is a dividend distribution tax that has to be paid. Okay. While you don't pay it though, the mutual fund company pays that tax, and what is left out of that is paid as a dividend. Okay. So the main difference is how profit that is generated is handled, and it makes a lot of difference when you look at the long term. Okay, on a short term maybe you might not see that much, but if you look at the NAV values after a long period of time, it will be considerable. I hope that gave you a bit of what exactly each is. Now coming to the question, which one is better? Okay, what exactly is your goal? Are you trying to have or realize profits kind of time to time if possible? Okay, but want to invest in equity, then you might go for dividend option. On the other hand, if you want to let your investment seed money grow for a long time, then you should probably go for a growth option, because then you don't realize that money and profit in the short term and let it grow. And you also have to consider overall portfolio plan. Maybe in your portfolio plan you might want to have some funds grow long term, but some provide you a dividend so that you can realize a bit of your investment profits to your needs and also your tax liability. If you want to go for a dividend, like you mentioned, there is a tax that might be paid. Okay, so basing on your tax slab, you might look into that, how much tax that is applicable there and how will that benefit you overall. There is one more option though, dividend reinvestment. It is same as growth option, but then it gets taxed. It is like a dividend where you take out the money and then reinvest into the fund. Unless you are in a higher tax slab, dividend reinvestment is not worth. So I'm not going to discuss much about that. Okay, I hope that gave you a bit of understanding the difference between a growth and dividend option. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this videos, I will be coming with more videos in this series, so that I hope to help a bit on mutual funds and how to invest in them. Please do like and subscribe.